That way the bees have little machine guns and things. Yeah, you're right. If you think that. But the pollination part was somewhat true. I mean, they do spread the pollen around from flower to flower so that the flowers do what?
So they can spread pollen and make more flowers, and so they can get honey.
Right. That's the way that the flowers reproduce themselves, is with the pollen being spread from one plant to another. I remember a couple years ago, my girls and I had pumpkin plants that we started in our front yard, and we had 2 big vines, and we ended up getting a pumpkin. We had these big, beautiful orange flowers, but the year before we did the same thing, and we never got a pumpkin because there was only 1 flower, and it was probably never pollinated, so it didn't produce any fruit. So you need the pollination. We really need bees and butterflies and everything to spread these seeds into other plants and other areas, so we have more plants. The bees, their objective is to get more nectar, so that way they get more what?
Honey.
Right. So that's how they survive. So, Alyssa, come on up here. This is for you. Okay, so now go ahead and look in that lily. It's a lily. And tell me what you observe from it.
Well, I see that that we saw in the movie, there is a little seeds. They look like seeds to me.
Right.
The little, what you can call them?
We'll find out.
They're inside the flower, and they kind of have a little smell, and we see there's some red in there, and that's the petals. And then
Good. Petals.
They're green.
They're green and yellow. Thank you. Carlos, you want to come on up here? Oh, well, so you can keep it. I said it was for you. And Carlos, this is for you. Now tell me what you observe from these lilies.
Well, I see that there's like a middle part of those seeds. I think you could open them up and then the pollen comes out.
Okay, pollen, good. I wonder if that's where the pollen is. Does anyone know for sure?
And I think it's
Ellie, do you know?
Those little seeds in there, like if you take like a piece of tissue paper or something and you put it on your finger and wax it, like little yellow pollen will come.
You see pollen?
Yeah, it's on the seed thingies right there.
Oh, good, I see it too. All right, so you keep that and go back to your seat. Connor, what I need you to do is grab some of those magnifying glasses and pass them out at the different tables, and I'll get some more. And I want you guys to pass around the flowers and take one like this, so that way you have a whole stem and a whole flower. And you're each going to get 1 flower to observe and record in your science journal. So everybody get out your science journals and your colored pencils and pens, and you're going to start writing down everything you observe from this flower, and you're going to sketch it out, because we're going to label it. And we're going to put all the definitions so you guys know exactly what those little things in the middle are called. Okay? Okay, so you get started, and I'm going to start passing out the flowers. Are we good? Pass them around. Bless you.
We need a second.
If we could save 1 stock for Miss Rinelli, that would be nice. If I could have got purple, I would have, but they didn't have any. Okay, Connor, did you hand out the magnifying glasses? Because I've got some more here.
Miss Rinelli, I have pollen on
These are going to come.
Murphy! See the yellow stuff on my fingers?
Here, take some pollen.
Pollen.
Do you guys have pollen on your fingers?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot of pollen.
So this is called the life cycle of flowering plants. We've already saw the life cycle of a butterfly. Is that your flower?
Yeah, there's pollen in this one.
There's pollen? Okay, let me get your attention while you're sketching. Let me get your attention up here, because this is important. It's great that you guys are observing them, but you also need to know what you're observing. So this is the life cycle of a plant. You need to put that on the top of your journal or your page. The life cycle of a flowering plant. So I'm going to sketch a little of this lily, and I'm not an artist. So we already know that these parts are what?
Petals.
Petals, good Carlos. Okay, now the inside part that we're looking at, the really large part in the middle. Let me look at this. That's a good drawing. You guys have a real flower. See the part that looks like a microphone? It's got a really thick part to it, a really thick middle.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like this.
What? Oh. Okay.
You guys all see that in your flower?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you for sleeping. That part is called the pistil. P-I-S-T-I-L. And what that does, pollen collects on the top of the pistil and seeds are produced in the lower part of the pistil. Yeah. So if you guys actually, if you wanted to pull that out and look in the bottom of them, that's where the seeds are produced so that there are more of these lilies. That's how it reproduces itself with those seeds.
Can you pull it out?
So make sure you label that and say what it does.
How much? Many little stems. I got these. Just see the seeds are bigger.
Oh, cool. Write down all your observations that you see. If Alyssa just saw that when she pulled it off, there was water inside, note that down. Same thing happens. That's probably how it stores water for itself, and it keeps from drying out during drought time. Okay, now the other thing that you guys are observing, the little thingy you guys were calling it, the stamen. The stamen produces the pollen, and that is these little hammer-like looking pieces that are coming out from the middle of the lily that look like this. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
JR? You can ask your question without standing up. Or you want me to look at it?
When I took this thing off,
Cool. So you guys have petals, pistil, stamen. Do you have all those pieces labeled?
The stamen
What does the stamen do again? Were you guys listening?
produces the pollen.
Produces the pollen, correct. Good. Thank you, Carl. Try your flower. Oh, you did? Oh, good. See, now if you guys notice, on the magnifying glasses, there's a super magnifying glass, kind of like in the handle, like an additional thing. So if you really wanted to get close, you can use that part.
Oh my gosh. You're just chewing.
You're welcome.
There's pollen inside of the leaves. Around.
So just like,
I got seeds.
you got seeds?
I don't have those petals.
Oh, you don't have you ever?
I only have to pocket.